The sun has just set and the sky has gotten dark in minutes. The energy where we are in Sembawang Park right now is extremely oppressive. Just hours ago, as we were walking through Sembawang Park, you can see families sitting around, picnic, children running around, laughing. But yet, the minute the sun goes down, the entire atmosphere and ambience here have changed.
It's quite thick, the nail. The nail itself is quite thick. I try to take it out, the nail. What's the reason for them to nail?
Maybe the nail is there to prevent the spirit from coming out of the tree.
I'm not sure about that. I have to see whether the spirit will come up to me. Oh. I really don't feel good. I'm getting a...
Is anyone here? What did you find? You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.
Nestled in black and white bungalows and colonial houses, we're on Queen's Avenue, where it really does feel like royalty. We're sitting on ventilation shafts of what once used to be an air raid shelter or a bunker.
As you can see down there, the entrance is
So there is an entrance, what used to be an entrance into the bunker. It's now covered over with sand, you have grass growing over it. But people forget that Sembawang has got so much history. And as we go along, you're going to see more of it as we explore the area.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Hidden in plain sight are remnants of a dark past that have been taken over by nature. These symmetrical mounds could easily be mistaken for hills. According to historians, there is a vast underground network that connects to hundreds of these bunkers that has yet to be uncovered. Some people believe that these secret entrances are accessible via some of the abandoned colonial houses that are curiously protected by multiple closed-circuit cameras. Is there a cover-up? We did, however, manage to find one entrance to a tunnel without an out-of-bounds sign.
But so the means cannot go down.
First rung is weak. In other words,
Means cannot go down lah.
can go down. Second rung.
We certainly wouldn't advise anyone to try going in without supervision. Inside, we found a night soil bucket, a relic from the past. I wonder how much that would fetch on eBay. Vines and roots have grown inside the tunnel, taking over what man had forsaken. Though this place had a spooky vibe, I was more concerned about giant insects crawling up my pants or getting killed by nature.
Things here have spikes.
Yeah, just be careful.
Oh my god!
Scorpion.
Yes, that's a scorpion without a tail. That's a tailless scorpion.
Besides handicapped scorpions and spike traps, we also found a cute forest gecko that took a liking to my face. After getting a change of dry underpants, we made our way back up to the surface. Sembawang Park looks pristine and peaceful, perfect for a family day out and with enough dimly lit spots for couples to make out. Just what is it about Sembawang that makes this place such a hotbed for supernatural stories and urban legends? We began our hike along Sembawang Beach, starting from Bilio House. Bewley House? Bilio House?
We're standing in front of the Bewley House, and it was built in 1910, reacquired by the government from the David family, a prominent Jewish family here in Singapore, and this was in 1928.
Yes. Do you know how the name Bewley House came about?
No, how?
The British Army, when they created Sembawang Naval Base, they actually see Sembawang Naval Base as one of their proud achievements in the Far East. So they named it after a place that was the Bewley River Dockyards in England.
So that's how they.
Sembawang Beach, Sembawang Jetty, and this entire area of Sembawang Park in 1942, when the Japanese were attacking Singapore, what the British did to prevent the Japanese from taking over all the installations was they burned and destroyed every single installation in this place. But yet, Japanese, when they took over Singapore, used this place for a more nefarious deed. This was a site of mass execution.
Some sensitive people also can feel the spirits lingering all around here. As you can see, around us is all with banyan trees. That is where all the spirits lingers. When some people fishing down here, they hear screaming of laughter by the Pontianaks.
And in the 90s or in the early 90s, this place was not as bright as it is right now. And back then, there were a lot of reports, sightings of headless people walking around Sembawang Park. So this place is probably second only to Changi in terms of the haunt level.
The Sembawang Beach is a notorious spot for spiritual practitioners to conduct cleansing rituals and to discard religious artifacts. In this section of the beach, we found discarded idols, statues of Ganesha, and faded photos of Hindu deities.
It's 6:50 and it's low tide on Sembawang Beach, and we just chanced upon an idol.
As you can see, right now, this is a Ganesh idol that being thrown at the sea.
The Hindus believe that all the bodies of water in the world connected to the Ganga or the Ganges River. And another thing Hindus do is scatter the ashes of their dearly departed into the sea, with the belief that it will all reach the Ganges River.
We continued along the beach and into the more forested and secluded area where we found more evidence of spiritual activities. The aura of this place is heavy and oppressive. This is the part of Sembawang where no one would normally frequent unless you are there for a specific reason, and that reason is usually related to the paranormal. The peculiar thing about this place is that our cameras can't seem to capture enough light, and as you can see in this footage, unedited and raw, everything just naturally turns dark. According to an old kampong belief, these are the areas where the gates to the spirit realm are most active. We ventured deeper and deeper inland to a place we call Forest of Idols. Porcelain idols of Kuan Yin, Kuan Kong, Mother Mary, and other assortment of deities are forsaken here. A Tanki friend of mine told me prior to my recon to be very careful about touching any of these objects. Many of them are vessels for evil entities looking to attach themselves to new owners.
So if you guys have watched previous episodes of Supernatural Confessions, this is Rizan, once again joining us. He's the founder of Xtrackers. And in this particular episode at Sembawang, we brought Rizan back here again because with the recommendation of Cici, who's also from Xtrackers, you have seen some of the past episodes where Cici was just briefly running into forests, doing crazy things, and we always have to hold him back. But when Cici finally says, I think we need to bring Rizan onto the show, and I said, why? He says, for safety reasons. And Rizan, that's why you're here.
Okay.
And we are standing in what is known as the Forest of Idols, where around us right now, people have been discarding religious artifacts.
Yes, definitely.
The sun is setting, and you whispered to me and you said something about a gateway opening.
I was mentioning to you that the atmosphere is changing, and you can sense that aura of that uneasiness. For them, this is their day already, and for us, it's our night. So it's actually switch. These are very active hours for all this. Betul kata Cica, betul.
So what? All the signs are here.
Yeah, all the signs here.
You mentioned about energy and vortex, and, and the atmospheric pressure here is very different. What about this place is different?
I think back then this place used to be a kampong area in the 1920s. During that time, they are embedded with this kind of mythology culture back then.
This place used to be a kampong, and back in the kampong days, it is very common for shamanistic practices,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
It's not even just a Muslim or a Chinese.
Yes.
Back then in kampong, people always play this black magic thing.
Yes.
And you said that this is the area where they would use
Yes.
all these barang
Yes.
to protect.
To protect or to enhance
Yeah.
or to attack other people.
And so now that kampong is no longer there,
Okay.
the entities are still here.
Yes, as we progress, right, the easiest way for them is just to discard here.
The site that we are standing on right now was once called Kampong Wak Hassan. Today, only the mosque remains standing. The previous generations who lived in kampongs would remember that the use of magic was very prevalent. Everything was attributed to the supernatural. In one famous legend, a villager by the name of Hasna Bada dreamt that three old men dressed in white told him that the sacred water from Gunung Ledang would spring from his home. The water had magical properties and could cure many ailments. When Hasna Bada woke up the next morning, he found that water was indeed coming out from the floor beside his house. People from outside the kampong came to witness this miracle. Gunung Ledang itself is steeped in ancient folklore and mysticism, with tales of orang bunyans and celestial princess. Today, the kampong has been torn down, and with it, the magic of the land is forsaken and lost in time.
I had an experience while fishing somewhere around here. Okay, there's an incident happened where a young boy who tried to cross over to the other side, which we call it as Tanjung Irau. I saw when he was walking, it's only waist deep. Halfway through, he was being pulled down, and search diver came in, police also came in to find his body. While fishing, there's an old man with a white traditional Malay baju kurung, they call it, okay, with white hair, came and asked me what happened. I told him that about the incident. Then he told me that he already advised a lot of people who are fishing down here not to cross over to the other side. He told me what I'm doing down here. I told him, okay, I'm fishing down here. He told me again, you don't fish here, you fish to the other side. It's on my right. Okay, so when I turned to my right and I turned to him back, he was gone. I decided to go to the place that he pointed out and started my fishing, and that's where I get a lot of fish. And that creeped me out because I don't know where the old man come from, and there's a lot of folklore about this old man in white.
As we got deeper into the night, the team and I experienced many unexplainable phenomena. From the stories I gathered, I grew more and more convinced that there is still a powerful guardian walking the grounds of Sembawang and Kampong Wak Hassan area, in the form of an old man in white. Our walk led us to the vortex of evil, where things just started getting weird. Watch how things unfold for us in Walk Amongst the Forsaken Part 2. What did you find? You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.